Here's the more advanced strategy on running Facebook and Instagram ads. Another video in this course shows you how to run ads in like 5 clicks using our software for Facebook ads. But this video, we're going to show you how to do everything inside of the Facebook Ads Manager. First, you need to create your Facebook page for your business. You need to create your Instagram business page, and then you need to create a Meta Business Suite, which is where I'm at right now. You'll go to business.facebook.com, create your Meta Business Suite if you don't have one already. And then once you're in here on the home page, we're going to go over to where it says All Tools, and then we're going to click Ads Manager. This is going to take us to our Facebook Ads Manager where we can actually set up and create our ads. And so I'm going to switch over to where it says Create right here, and then this will take us through the process of creating our ads. So I'm going to do lead ads for this example. These are the ads that pop up with a little form. The lead will fill it out with their name, email, and phone number, and then boom, we've captured the lead. I'm going to click leads, and then we have some other objectives here that you can select, like awareness, traffic, engagement, things like that. But lead ads are going to be the best for like small local businesses. We're going to hit continue. We're going to do a manual leads campaign setup instead of recommended. That's going to be a little bit less customized. We want to do everything manually here. Hit continue, and then it'll take us into our campaign. So inside of Facebook ads, we have our campaign, our ad set, and our ad. First off, we'll set up the campaign. We're just going to name the campaign something related to what this ad is going to be about. So let's call it solar campaign. And then next, we're going to select from our special ad categories. If your business does anything related to credit, employment, housing, or social issues and elections or policies, you have to select one of these categories. If your business does not relate to any of these, then you don't have to select any of them. Solar does include getting solar loans, so they do have to pull credit and things like that. So this would be a credit offer. And so I'm going to select credit as my special ad category. United States, select your country there. And then everything else on this page, you don't really have to mess with. If you're wanting to do any sort of A/B testing where you're testing ad A versus ad B versus ad C, and you're running a campaign to like test all of them and see which ones are converting the best, which I do highly recommend to do, you'll want to hit create A/B test. Once you go through setting up this first ad, it'll reroute you and make you set up the second ad and the third ad, and so it'll let you continue to set up the different campaigns. I'm just going to do one single ad for this example, so I'm going to leave this toggled off. Then I'm going to click next, which will take us into our ad set. We're going to name the ad set the same thing as our campaign, so this one's going to be solar ad set. And then we're going to do, there's a couple different conversion locations where people can convert into a lead. We can do it through a website, through Facebook Messenger, where it'll ask them to, hey, click the button below and send us a Facebook message. I'm sure you've seen those types of ads before. We're just going to do lead forms though, instant forms. These are the forms that pop up. Someone fills it out with their name, email, and phone number, and then boom, it submits and sends us their info. So we're just going to do instant forms. They're a really great way to get cheap leads through Facebook. We're going to select our Facebook page, which is going to be this Renew Energy page for this example. And then we're going to click maximize number of leads here, which is already selected. You may need to view the terms here and accept them. If you haven't already, it won't let you go forward until you've done that. So you'll just hit view terms. It'll take you to this page and you'll just hit accept up here. I've already done that, so I don't need to. Once you've done that, you're good to go. And then cost per result, that's if you're trying to get leads at a certain cost, but you don't need to mess with this. Facebook will do its thing and get leads at a cheap cost, so you don't have to set this up, do anything there. It actually hurts campaigns that I've tested, and so just don't do anything there. Dynamic creative, leave that off. Budget, this is where you can set up a budget of how many dollars per day you want to spend. You can do as little as $5 a day. And starting out, if your ad account is brand new, I think you can go up to like $100 a day max, which would be like $3,000 per month on average. So you can decide if you want more leads, spend more. If you don't want as many leads and you're just testing, I would recommend at least $20 a day though. $20 a day will give Facebook a good testing period, and it'll send it out to enough people that Facebook can really get a good test. So when you first run an ad, Facebook will be inside of what's called a learning phase. Basically, they want to test out your ad, send it to people and see which types of people are clicking on it the most. And then Facebook will optimize your ad for you, and it'll start sending out your ad to the best people that are most likely to click on it, most likely to fill out their info on that form. And so $20 a day will send your ad out to 9.5 thousand to 27,000 people, which shows under our estimated daily results. If you only do $5 a day, it's only sending your ad out to like half as many people. And so it won't get a really good test, and you'll be in that learning phase for longer, and you aren't going to get the best results in that learning phase. So you want to make sure to spend $20 a day, and it'll get you out of that learning phase within a few days if you spend a minimum of $20 a day. You can set your start date, when you want it to start, what time, and you can set an end date as well to only run through this day. Down here, we can set up our audience. So we're going to skip budget scheduling. We don't really need to do anything there. But basically the audience is going to be really important. So we're going to hit X here. We can select our location. So we can click edit. And right now the United States is selected. Up here it shows the estimated audience size is like 243 million, which is the entire US. We're going to click X and we're going to set our own location. So let's say we're a local business located in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to type in Charlotte, DMA, and then it'll select the entire Charlotte area. You can see on the map here, estimated audience size is now 2.8 million to 3.3. The bigger your audience, the better, but also you can't send your ad out to areas that you don't service. If you're a local plumber, you don't want to send your ad out to areas that you're not going to be able to travel to. It would just be a waste of ad spend. And so try to make your audience as large as possible. Run your ads to as many areas that you service as possible. But if it's not a huge audience, like if it's a couple 100,000, that's fine as well. But yeah, try to make your audience as large as possible. Here, we can add other areas. So we could search another area. We could do like Raleigh, North Carolina as well, and select Raleigh, and it'll also select that area. We can set the radius to go larger or smaller. But now it has a larger audience size. We're now targeting Raleigh and the Charlotte general area. Maybe this is too big for Charlotte, so we're just going to go back and just type in Charlotte, and we're going to do just Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're going to do this one. And now it just selects a smaller area around Charlotte. And anyway, you can play around with this. Just make sure to target only areas that you're actually going to be able to help your leads in. If you're targeting other areas, you're going to be collecting leads in cities that you can't even help. So it's just a waste of time and money. In age, you can select ages between like 18 to 65. You can change these ages around, but for credit, which is this example for solar is a credit ad, as we saw at the beginning, we can't change age because credit doesn't allow you to discriminate by age or gender. We can't change gender. But if your business is non-related to credit or housing or anything political or employment, then you can change your age groups here, you'll notice. But for this example, I'm not allowed to. And then you can target certain languages. Detailed targeting, I really don't like to mess with detailed targeting too much because I've actually found it converts worse. Facebook was really good at optimizing on its own, figuring out who's clicking on your ad, and then after that learning phase, it'll start sending out to more people who are likely to click and submit their information. Down here at the bottom, advantage plus placement is what we want, so keep that selected and then hit next. And now we actually go to the ad itself. So we're going to name this one the same thing, solar ad. And so we've got our solar campaign, solar ad set, now our solar ad. This is where we set up the actual ad itself. We can see an example over on the right here. It'll ask us to select our Facebook page, which we did earlier. It'll ask you to select your connected Instagram account that you want to run the ads from as well. And then under here, we can actually create the ad. We want to do single image or video. And then we're going to click add media. And then we can add an image or a video to this so we can actually see a preview of what the ad will look like. Let's say we want to do an image. I'm going to select image. And I'm just going to select, I don't have any in here. Let's see if I do a video. We're going to do this one right here. Hit next. And then we're going to hit next again. And then we can kind of see the template here. The best ratio is going to be, I believe it's 1200 by 1600 on Canva when you're creating your ads. So 1200 wide by 1600 tall fits the best on Facebook and takes up the most real estate when people are scrolling. We're going to hit done. Now we can see a preview of our template. I can hit play here and it'll play through. Primary text is a text that'll go above the ad. So we could say, get solar for $0 down, and just have a headline that matches the actual ad itself. The headline is what goes down here below next to the sign up button. So we could say, get your free consultation. And we could do some like little arrows pointing over to the sign up button. And we can change sign up to say something like, learn more or book now, or for this case, probably just learn more because they're going to be filling out a form, a lead form. Description, it'll put a little description below your headline down there at the bottom. So it would be like, see if you qualify for $0 down solar. And so you can see, it doesn't show up, but down below here is where that will pop up. And then we can create a form. So I'll go ahead and create a form with you just to show you. This is the form that the leads are going to be filling out, so we can name it like solar lead form. We're going to select more volume, click next. We're going to click use the image from our ad, so we don't have to upload a different image. It just makes it easier. Headline, fill in your info below to see if you qualify. and then we can just remove the greeting, hit next, and then right here is where we can enter a message. Your info will not be shared with other consumers or businesses, just to put people at ease, let them know, hey, we're not going to be sharing your info. Right now we have full name and email on the form. You can see over here a preview of it. We're going to add another category because we also want phone number. So we're going to do full name. Let's drag that back to the top, full name, email, phone number, and then hit next. So we're going to hit next as well. That's all we really want. You can add other things to this if you want, like their state, county, things like that. But we're just going to do full name, email, phone number. That's really all we need to be able to reach out to them. A link, we can put a link to our privacy policy. So if you have one on your website, you can put in like your website. So I'm going to go ahead and put in ours, energycorp.com. The link text, just put the name of your business. And then I'm going to copy this so I can paste it in later on the next step. So we're going to hit next. And then thanks, you're all set. We can customize the thank you message afterwards. You can visit our website or exit the form now. I'm going to click view website. It's going to be the button. We're going to add the website link so they can check us out after to know that we're legit. We're a legit business. They just get more confidence in between now and when we reach out to them that we're a solid business. And then we can hit create form. Once we've created the form, it'll pop up right here. So that's the one we've selected. You can have multiple different types of forms, but you can only select one per ad campaign. So we're just going to select the one we just built out. And then once everything is set up here, you can just click publish. Mine is not letting me publish this because I don't have access to this account, but normally yours will just be lit up green here and you'll be able to click publish, and then your ad will be